Hey, Steve Gaito here, certified financial planner and founder of Retirement Resource Management. Today, I want to go over long-term care and the different ways that people can buy it. I get a lot of questions about long-term care and what does it really mean about these different types. Well, the one that's most familiar to people is your traditional long-term care. It's a pay-as-you-go, very much like your homeowner's insurance. One of the companies that's probably the most prevalent out there is going to be Mutual of Omaha. The other ways are going to be asset-based ones. And I'm going to look at three different ways that you can use these asset-based. One is a pay-as-you-go, one is a 10-pay, and one is a single pay. And we'll look at the differences between all those. So as you look at the screen here, I've got all these different types of products. So right here, I've got the Mutual of Omaha, Mutual Care. Here's monthly benefit of $4,500 a month. This product only lasts for 6 years. So if you go beyond 6 years, there's no more coverage. And again, you can see there's no death benefit. But what makes this attractive to folks is this low cost to begin with. So when you look at this Mutual of Omaha product, this is for a 54-year-old female and a 51-year-old male, both in good condition. And a lot of people also ask, why would you want to buy it in your 50s? Well, there's two reasons for that. First is your health. People are healthier usually in their 50s than they are in their 60s and 70s. The second piece of it is that in a lot of cases, you will have a lower cost over your lifetime. And by purchasing it early, and especially using some of the asset-based strategies, you will pay less over your lifetime for the care. So here again, we see $28.28 as a cost. That's going to be your cost, but it's going to add on to that every year. So when I look at an asset-based lifetime pay, this means that you're going to pay it to your last breath, last one of you die. A couple of things you notice right away, right here, the lifetime piece. That means that your benefit is that $44.93 for both you and your spouse is going to be paid for the lifetime till the last one of you dies. It has a death benefit, which is a nice feature. This passes income tax-free onto your estate. And so for those of you that have children, want an income tax-free transfer, this is a good option. You see that the cost is almost twice what it is for the Mutual of Omaha. But you're going to build some cash value in here, and that will reduce your net cost. And so here's the 10-pay. Again, that lifetime benefit, same death benefit. This is going to be true for all three of the asset-based options. But the cost here in 10-pay, because you're compressing it down into a shorter period of time, is about twice as much as the lifetime pay. And so you see that cost. And then the other option, which I really prefer, in a single transaction, you can move money on one side of a balance sheet to another column and still have it as an asset, but you can take care of your long-term care in all one payment. And so again, the benefits are the same, but this is $95,291. So, if you're in your 50s and you've got some assets that you've saved up, you might want to consider just earmarking, about $100,000 for your long-term care. And this is going to provide you with $150,000 basically of death benefit. So if you die, you never lose it. That's a real attractive feature. The second thing is that you don't have to worry about premium increases or any of those other things that come into play. But you also have some cash value. So you see right here at $36,049, that is cash value that is yours, that's in the policy from day one. So your real cost of this is $59,182. And then we go into year two, we see a little bit of difference. Basically the costs are going up, a little bit of cash value growth in the lifetime pay, a lot more in the 10-pay, and there's now you see the increase from 36 to 37, and your total cost is going down. Well, this continues on. You see, I use some colors. So the green is going to be the one that's the cheapest, yellow is second cheapest, then your second highest expensive, and then your most expensive. And so when we go to year 3, year 5, you see that Mutual of Omaha looks pretty attractive. It's not costing you a whole lot. You're getting that benefit should you need it. But look at what happens down here around year 10. Okay, these numbers are starting to get a little closer. So I've got 28,000 for that Mutual of Omaha. That lifetime pay, because the premium is less, is 34,199. So, you know, $6,000 difference between the two. When we go to year 15, things change. Here's where your lifetime, you know, where you make that single payment, it is now cheaper. It's $9,000 less in your lifetime premium that you put in there than even the Mutual of Omaha. You know, the Mutual of Omaha is that second one. When we go to 20 years, well, now look what's happened. That asset-based single pay is still going to be it, and your cost for this, because you've got cash value built up, is only $20,000 versus 45. So now the 10 pay is the second cheapest, and the single pay every single month is the third cheapest. And look at this, after 20 years, that traditional long-term care with no death benefit only gives you 6 years worth of benefits, is your most expensive in the total cost. And then the longer you have it, the more expensive that becomes. So, you know, let's go out here to year 35. So let's look at year 30. That's a good one. You would have spent $84,000 in that Mutual of Omaha with no death benefit. So if you die, you basically have lost that $84,000. That lifetime pay, $69,000. Look at what's happening here with this 10 pay. Because you've got $103,000 worth of cash value, you paid $120 for it. Your real net cost is only $16,471. And actually, when you go to the single pay, and this is why I think this is attractive. So if you think of this, you bought it in your 50s, so now you're in your 80s, probably when you're going to need it. It really, because the cash value is greater than what you put in there, it didn't cost you anything. You can access all of that $103,000 right now for anything that you need it for. And that's what really makes the single pay very attractive. Now, the reason I use the 10 pay on here is that a lot of times people can't afford to pull that money out and make that single payment all in one fell swoop. So you can break it out. There's a 5 pay, you know, you have the 10 pay, you can do 20 pay if you want. But really, this was designed to illustrate how efficient a single pay can be when you look at the total cost that you have to use for paying for your long-term care. So that's just an illustration that I wanted to give you. I hope this has been helpful for you and that you will enjoy this presentation.